Well, I did not think I was going to spend the night on top of a housing estate in Hackney, but here we are.
That's right, things started out quite differently. A couple of weeks back, I was once again on my way to find a wild camp spot for the night. I was in southern Scotland and near to the Oakhill Hills. With some small amount of research, I decided on a hill to go and camp on.
I chose Dummayat as it has apparently the best views of the Oakhills, and if I choose the right spot tonight and don't get blown away, I could be blown away with the views. Now, the Oakhills isn't the first place I would choose to come, had it not been for the circumstances of my girlfriend's nan just coming out of hospital, and she lives nearby, like just a few miles down that way, with this great, beautiful range in her back garden, essentially. So we came up to see her, and as per my challenge I set myself at the beginning of this year to spend one night out a month, I thought, well, I couldn't give this opportunity up. I've got to admit, this wind is pretty strong.
The weather was cold and gusty, a precursor to the big storm Babette that was heading this way in 24 hours. With luck, I'd find a spot leeward of the wind, but for now I had to walk right into it. Before I got to Dummayat, I'd noticed an old fort marked on the map which I wanted to check out. So I diverted south and climbed up on top of Castle Law Hill, where I was met with pretty strong wind. The wind was kind of distracting, so I assumed that these were the remains of the old fort.
Wow! It's a nice view! Oh my jeez! God damn it! Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's next!
As I ascended the final incline to the top of Dummayat, there were a few points of interest. There was the trig point, the beacon filled with stones, the memorial to the regiment of Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders. Oops, there goes my hat. And finally, a nice small round bench thing.
I've dropped into this little niche just below the trig point. Obviously I'm shielded by the wind, but there's not really much of a place to camp. I'm not sure this will really do the job.
Unsure what to do, I sat around for ages and it got dark pretty quickly. Then I got a voice note from my girlfriend, which was pretty much the nail in the coffin.
Tom, is there any chance of you coming home? Because there's a severe weather warning. Grandma said it's a red warning and there hasn't been one here for years. And you're not even meant to be out on the roads at the moment. So maybe you should abandon this camp again.
A rare red warning for rain looms over the east of Scotland, where up to 25 centimetres of rain, well over a month's worth, could fall in the next 24 hours.
Right, let's try this again. It's the same month, different location. I'm back in Hackney where I live. I had this crazy idea of sleeping on top of a housing estate. I had to get my one camp a month challenge complete and I was running out of time. I built a rudimentary lean-to shelter from some tarpaulin and spare wood. Then, under the cover of darkness, I made my way onto the roof of the estate. Very carefully, I erected my lean-to shelter. This is what the shelter looks like in the daytime, I just didn't get a good shot in the dark.
I've been up here a while and I've just been settling in.
With my back against the wall, I was anxious to keep a low profile while I set up my time-lapse camera. I kind of felt like a sniper, which actually led to a genuine feeling of anxiety.
It's definitely scarier than sleeping in the woods. Hopefully no one actually has seen me. To be fair, if they have, they probably just are uninterested anyway. And I'm pretty sure I saw someone doing heroin or something earlier in the bushes. So some guy on top of a council estate isn't gonna surprise anyone, I don't think. Also, I'm kind of worried because, you know, this is Hackney and it's not the safest area, and I've got camera equipment up here. No one knows I'm up here apart from my girlfriend. Whenever I'm camping out, you always think like, I hope I'm alone, or I hope no one attacks me. I think it's a basic natural instinct to have a certain level of paranoia. It's a protection mechanism, survival mechanism, you know, keeping your eye out and just being aware of what's going on. So I'm gonna spend the night here, and I haven't managed to cover it all that much with the cameras because I arrived late. I arrived in the dark and I'm gonna leave at first light so that I'm basically following the wild camp rules: arrive late, leave early, and leave no trace. We are really in winter now. The clocks just went back yesterday, so it's dark quick and it's dark for long, which really is tricky to fight boredom, if I'm honest. Only boring people get bored, apparently.
I had a spectacular view of the city skyline, and it was a surprisingly clear night. I was warm and comfortable in my sleeping bag, and I was committed to seeing this night through. Eventually, I drifted off to sleep. Certainly the most unusual place I've camped out this year, but I don't think I'll be swapping the British countryside for the urban landscape anytime soon.
Thank God it didn't rain. What a weird night out. I feel like I'm quite obvious up here now. Now that it is lighter, but it is still very early. It's 20 to 7. So I'm just gonna pack down as quick as possible and get out of here.
So thanks for making it this far. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, hit subscribe, and if you want to see more, then there's 9 other camping videos you can watch right now. See you on the next one.